therapy. Ladies, let's please welcome Lequita Brooks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. So as Angela said, I'm Lequita Brooks. Oh, I'm sorry. And it's okay. And I just want to say thank you to Ms. Daniels for inviting me here today. And I want to say welcome to everyone that's here and happy Mother's Day to everyone who's a mother or even who acts in the capacity of a mother. Because in life we have so many people like our teachers, our mentors, sometimes it's our aunts, our friends, and they all work in the capacity of a mother. So I just want to say happy Mother's Day to everyone. Throughout the time we've been here today, it seems like so many people have touched on legacy. And that's what I'm here to talk about. So I want to first start out with a few things about my mom and the legacy that she's left. And then three different things that we all can do now to help leave a legacy for our children. So first, with my mother, one thing she was always big on was appearance. Like my mother would not go to the mailbox without having on her makeup. Okay? So I see a lot of people can agree. The next thing, she loved playing board games. So we played Monopoly, checkers, Uno. I'm not as big as, with playing board games today, but my sister still does. And now my daughter does because my sister does. And third, every year we would always take a vacation to a theme park. It seems like in life, those are the things that we always remember, those memories, those experiences. So I would encourage everyone to provide your children, grandchildren, even if you have great grands with experiences. Yes, they would love to have an iPhone, the new Jordans, brand new Converses, and Gucci purses, but all those things are materialistic. And it's a strong chance if they're like my daughter, they might get lost, or the cell phone is taken in school, or the cell phone is lost at the town center, but that's neither here nor there. But with the experiences, those are things they're going to always remember. And for me, and with my life, I live to leave a legacy for my daughter. And what that means to me is that it is my job to afford her the opportunity to live her dreams, to give her those opportunities. So a few things you can do to leave a legacy. First, set an example. What example are we living? I know when I was growing up, the internet was not a big thing. Today, pretty much the internet is everything. So if someone Googled our names, what would come up? Would it be pictures of us at the DAC shack? Would it be pictures of us with a Bible and a cross? Would it be pictures of us, mentoring the youth? What example are we setting for our children? And also, young ladies, I want you to remember that whatever you are posting, no matter if it's on Snapchat, and okay, and it erases today, guess what? We all have this really cool tool called screenshot. So you might Snapchat it in 1 second. Someone else screenshots it in the second, and then the third second you say, well, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have posted it, let me delete it. But guess what? Someone's already screenshotted it. So when I'm talking to parents about what example are we setting, young ladies, I also want you to recognize that you're already building a footprint. At least for those of us who are a little older, we might have had some time to do some things we weren't supposed to do. A friend of mine from the University of Central Florida said to me, oh my gosh, I'm so glad we didn't have camera phones back then. Okay? At those fraternity parties and those sorority parties. But unfortunately, which is positive to have the internet, but it's also negative. So for our young ladies, you're already building what you're leaving, who you are, what you're about. So keep that in mind. And another thing about setting an example, I know my daughter always says to me, Mom, stop texting and driving. And I was like, yes, I definitely have to stop doing that. Because then, you're rushing out the house, and I'm trying to post my morning question of the day on Facebook for the people who follow me. But it's like, maybe I need to get up a little bit earlier to be able to post before I'm leaving. So none of us are perfect, but it's just about us being aware of the things that we need to work on and how we can go about doing it to set those positive examples. The second thing is dream big. I know in our household, that's all we ever talk about. Dream big. Go for what you believe that you would like to be. Strive, be successful, go to the highest level of it. But I want to give a caveat to dream big. I don't want to just say dream big. I also want to say moms, daughters. Let's talk about, what are you good at? What are those things that when you were born, you could just do well? Like I know for me, I was the quirky kid. I'm a researcher. So no parent knows what to do with a kid who's a researcher. Versus my sister, she does hair. So you always knew that she was going to be a cosmetologist because she was great at doing hair. So I would say as parents, let's observe our kids. Let's see what are they naturally good at. Something that no one had to teach them. Like with my daughter, I think when she was 3, she started dancing. I can see she has that outgoing personality that she did not get from me. It's like she's the life of the party. She is very sociable, which is not me. But I said, you know what, let me hone in and nurture these things my daughter's good at. And now it's paid off. She's at La Villa, and she's there for dance. So it takes us to observe our kids, see what they're good at, and try to connect them with some things that's going to help boost or foster that talent. Also, what are their interests? What do they actually like? Those are some things to consider when it comes to dreaming big. So what are you good at? What are your interests? What might be some good career paths for our children? Because as we know, probably in elementary school, you can start identifying some of the things that our kids are naturally good at. And as parents, we need to help foster that. So when I say dream big, I'm not saying, well, my child wants to be a track star and she takes 30 minutes to run a yard. No, that's not what I mean by dream big, because we also want to be realistic. So we're being realistic and dreaming big about the things that they're naturally good at. And lastly, it's about opportunity. Us giving our children the opportunities in order for them to be our best, which means that we have to be our best. And I know that in life, we're all still a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. But while I'm working on different things, I'm also giving my daughter the opportunity to be able to live her dreams. So, for example, like during the summertime, I'm typically trying to find her a summer camp that's going to enhance her skills as a dancer. And we know that it's that time of year again to start preparing for summer camp. So that's one way. Also, there are tons of different free programs that's out here available during the summertime that kids can get connected with to help with those different things that they want to do in their lives. So I would challenge everyone in here today to think about what legacy you would like to leave for your children. And also, young ladies, I would like for you to think about, how do you want people to view you? Because once again, we live in a world where everything is so available. We are truly in a transparent society. So you're already building who you are today. And it's there forever and ever and ever. So I just want to say thank you all so much for your time. Happy Mother's Day, and enjoy the rest of your weekend and this week.